You've seen our lists for top 10 dragons in television and movies, so now it's time to see what video games have to offer. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 dragons in video games. For this list, we've loosened our standards as to what qualifies as a dragon. So if it can fly, has wings, can breathe fire, and/or is a large reptile, it's a dragon. And if it's referred to as a dragon, it's a dragon. Number 10, Singe, Dragon's Lair. Kicking off our list is the first detailed dragon to hit the arcades, though he may not be the brightest dragon for keeping the weapon that can slay him in his lair.
To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
He was one of the first major antagonists of video games, who set the standard of getting to the dragon. Oh, and fun fact, Singe, or singe in French, means monkey. Number 9, Onaga, Mortal Kombat Deception. You might think that Liu Kang's dragon is noteworthy, but his party trick is nothing compared to the power of the true Emperor of Outworld.
Death awaited all who stood in his way.
Onaga makes one hell of a first impression, taking down the combined strength of 2 sorcerers and a god without even breaking a sweat. Complete with being one of the toughest Mortal Kombat bosses, Onaga sits comfortably at slot number 9.
I am Onaga, the Dragon King of Outworld and soon-to-be ruler of all that exists.
Number 8, the Dragon, Dragon's Dogma. Also known as the Undead Dragon, this guy is absolutely terrifying, and it's not just the fact that he breathes purple fire, as he has a ridiculous amount of health and has multiple hearts all over his body. Rounding it all out, he can petrify his enemies as well. He is definitely someone you do not want to go up against unprepared. Number 7, Dragon God and the Elemental Dragons, Chrono Cross. What's more terrifying than dealing with one dragon? Having him separated into 6 different dragons and having to take care of them one at a time, only to have them later merge into the even more powerful Dragon God. Oh, and he's also a cybernetic organism. If it wasn't for this video helping you out with a visual aid, that would probably sound like some sort of Dragon Voltron hybrid. Actually, that sounds awesome. Here's hoping someone makes fan art of that. Number 6, Ridley, Metroid series. Samus's nemesis and a powerful space pirate, this skeletal dragon somehow is able to cheat death against one of the most powerful bounty hunters in the galaxy on numerous occasions. Also appearing as the mechanical Meta Ridley in the Metroid Prime series, you can be sure that in Samus's future adventures, this guy is going to be right behind her. Number 5, Spyro the Dragon series. No list of video game dragons would be complete without one of the most iconic dragons of the 90s. This cute little guy prefers to take out his burning rage on sheep, and has also been known to dabble in ice and electricity. Regardless, Spyro remained one of the most lovable video game characters, until we had to buy all of those toys.
No thanks, see ya.
Number 4, Bahamut, Final Fantasy series. This recurring dragon is logically named after the mythical Arabian fish. Bahamut has appeared in various forms over multiple Final Fantasy games, but 2 things have always stayed the same. Number 1, he's a dragon, and number 2, he has one of the most powerful moves in the series in the form of his Mega Flare. Number 3, Charizard, Pokemon series. Out of all the Pokemon worthy of making this list, none are more memorable or iconic as Charizard. One of the few possible starting Pokemon as Charmander, he'll eventually evolve into the badass Burning Lizard. Charizard to this day remains one of the Pokemon many fire trainers bond with the most. Oh, And if you're gonna complain that he can't make the list because he's technically not a dragon-type Pokemon, now he is. Number 2, Alduin, Skyrim. You can't have a dragon list without naming one of the dragons slain by one of the dragon-slaying Dragonborn. Dragon. Naturally, there's no better choice than Alduin, who's also known as the World Eater, capable of reviving a race of dragons from extinction in order to wipe out humanity. He's so powerful that you've got to go back in time and even into the afterlife to defeat him. Before we get to our number 1 spot, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Deathwing, World of Warcraft, Cataclysm. Taking the top spot on our list is the dragon that not only talks tough, but is also powerful enough to single-handedly devastate the largest MMO world in video games. With his wings engulfed in flames, he can produce enough downward force to shatter infrastructure with a simple flyby. The only way you can make him even more badass is if you gave him adamantium armor. Oh, does he actually have that?
Impossible!
Well, don't try to pull a Dovahkiin here. If you face him alone, you're screwed. Agree with our list? Which digital dragon is your favorite? For more mythical top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.